Okay, so the main things I picked out when watching this, and a few interactions I've chosen to pick out, is that your awareness of what could happen is lacking, and we can fix that with just experience and watching more videos. The more I watch it, and the more it looks like you just do things, and I've picked out a few spots where it looks like you do things, and you're not doing much of anything to stop Falco from fulfilling the stage control, win condition, counterplay, and your ability to read the game state is currently lacking right now. So here, in terms of reading the opponent, look at the positioning in relation to stage control, win condition, and counterplay. So if Falco's here and he's right close to you, the Falco doing bair here is likely as it stops you from getting a hit. You can play to expect these things and then execute on reaction, so if bair hits, you CC, whatever. If it doesn't, let's say Falco dashes here and does something else, you quickly do something else. Well, what is something else? If Falco doesn't bair you, the next realistic and logical thing Falco would do is try dash away, pivot Dair, maybe laser or retreating bair. So it just gets him immediately out of the way of danger, and it fulfills his long-term win condition of attack on percent whilst maintaining stage control somewhat. So you go for parry, which is fine, because that does the 3-in-1 of like, you regain your stage control here, you stop Falco from hitting you and doing bair, shine, whatever it is, and you potentially fulfill yours if you were to do like parry, up air, or whatever Yoshi may do, but unfortunately you do the air dodge. But overall, like, the parry was a good idea, but you could have expected Falco to do this back here. You also gather information of, if Falco is this close to me, Falco's probably going to do back here, but in my opinion, the back here was useless because you could have just very well CC'd it, and it doesn't lead to anything with the way Falco did it. So here you have advantage, and you can expect Falco to do X or Y. So here, in this case, X would be jump into you aerial, Y suspect this, sorry. Because of previous information you had of like, if Falco's close to me, he's going to aerial, you can then safely deduce that if Falco's even remotely close to me, like in range, probably going to try something. So you can prepare for this, and Falco's X here fulfills his very quick goals of 1 and 2, which is stage control, of regaining stage control here, and win condition of Dair will lead into shine, whatever it may be. So you can prepare for X by doing something, up tilt here, or get away, CC, down smash, whatever it may be. You can also expect Falco to do Y and just bank on one of the two, but because of previous information, X was the more likely option. So you think of X as like a 70% chance, and Y only has a 30% chance. Y here would be drop down laser into aerial. It's a lot safer, and it still sets up 1 and 2, 1 being stage control and 2 being the win condition and goal of Falco. So here's a good example of poor reading of the game state. So Falco's used his resource of double jump, and he was in shine, meaning to get down he now has to exit the shine animation first, then come down. So in the time that this happens, you can safely land on this top platform before Falco exits this shine animation, and then do whatever the case may be for Yoshi. Long story short is you have advantage here, and you give it up by doing this forward air. You're just giving Falco windows of opportunity of like for him to do that. If you had just landed here or gotten away by other means, this would not have hit. So here again, remember, based on previous interactions, Falco's likely, very likely, because he's done it twice now, going to attack you when he's close. So you can drop down there and expect this to hit, because Falco's down there doesn't come out fast in time for this to beat the Nair. So when this happens, you can expect it to hit and have a plan in mind of, okay, if this hits, do my appropriate follow-ups. I don't know what they are for Yoshi, but I'm seeing this wait animation, which means that you just don't really know what could happen, or the hits done here, or reaction times. So when you do things like this, expect them to hit, and if they don't hit, very quickly react and do something else. If they do hit, do the appropriate follow-ups. So this part here, this is another example of reading the game state. So previously, information given to you was if Falco relatively close or in range of aerial, Falco will aerial. But because he has a stock lead, it's a different kind of game state now. You can expect the Falco to do something a bit safer to get away from you, because Falco has the stock lead, wants to maintain it, has no real reason to be pressuring you here. So you can expect Falco to dash away and do something to punish this little dash back here. What you should do is just dash forward here and maintain stage control here, or regain a bit of it, I should say. So this looks like a protocol that you just do when you're given like enough stage space here. So this actually loses to two of Falco's common win conditions of dash down air or aerial then laser. So you regain stage control but at the cost of executing X being this maneuver, which gives Falco time to do Y being whatever it may be that Falco does to fulfill the win condition. This is completely fine. So with the information, you can also gather that Falco only tends to do the dash away safe thing when you're invincible or on a fresh stock. But once things have occurred, things being just general actual hits and interactions, Falco's probably going to cover like this bit of stage control and try and hit you. So you moving out of the way here, doing your protocol here is completely fine. Temporarily give it stage control here, only to come back and stop Falco from getting his stage control, meaning you potentially fulfill your win condition, stop his win condition, all that good stuff. Again, directly afterwards, you should expect things to hit, have the confidence in that, okay, I bet you're going to come into here now, I'm going to do Y, Y being double jump wave, Nair. So here's an example of being able to read the game state. So Falco double jumps away, meaning path of travel can only be down to here, either this top platform or the side platform. Well, where does Falco want to be? Preferably on top platform. Why? Because you have to then double jump all the way up just to get him, and then the follow is a lot harder for you. If Falco lands right here, it's easy pickings for you. You just do up tilt or whatever the case may be. But you waste time here doing this protocol again of double jump away Nair, when you could have netted yourself a bigger reward if you just sat here and did up tilt or moved out of the way, whatever Yoshi does. There. The same protocol you have of double jump away Nair and reading the game state. So again, with the stock lead of Falco, and Falco being here in this kind of position here, previously we know that with stock lead, Falco is going to opt to laser first. So you can sit here and wait for laser and do whatever it may be. This is quite a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like they all kind of add up. So you roll into him, which just makes Falco's job easier. This is another case of reading the game state of, if you were to sit here and just neutral get up here, you at least have time to then set up a parry or shield or do something, as opposed to rolling right into Falco, letting Falco do, well, Falco should have down aired, but you get my point. Doesn't this situation look familiar? I wonder what Falco's going to do. You also go for the same protocol of, I'm going to do this Waveland Nair thing here, when, based on previous interactions again and the whole game state, expect Falco to do this laser, and you have to take a risk and punish him, because you really need to, what's the word, level the playing field right now, even the game state out. So yeah, you need to really be doing something to stop this laser. So your ability to read the game state is currently lacking, which is leading you to do these Yoshi protocols, which don't necessarily counter what your opponent may want to do in that certain scenario. So the next time you play, have a goal in mind of like, keep center, or I'm going to counter-attack everything, as Yoshi's good at that, or I'm going to attack at every possible scenario. So what this will do is, it's a quick-fire way to expose yourself to a lot of scenarios, whilst having like a realistic mindset you might want to keep in a match. So let's say you have a stock lead, instead of attacking you'll want to counter-attack and keep center, or if you're behind you'll want to see what ranges you can cover with every single attack you have.